Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In this tip video, I'm going to answer a question I got on one of my videos prior to this one in the comment section. And this dude, KP Witten, asks, entrepreneurs in cars, what can you do to educate yourself so that you're best prepared for starting a business? I think it's a brilliant question. I personally really struggled with education in school. I was a C/D average student, never really got great grades. There was a time, I think in grade 6 or 7, that I ended up sitting in the vice principal's office for well over a week because they said I was so badly behaved. By all measures of the education system, I was a total failure. I felt like a loser. The way the system worked for me, I felt like I was never really going to accomplish anything in life and that I would never be successful. So I really struggled with it. I remember at one point, they started putting me in these after school classes where, the other kids basically called them, the retarded kids, like you had special needs or developmental learning challenges or something. And I felt really, really bad being categorized in that group. I really did. Like I thought I was a total loser. And shortly after that, they brought in a ministry tester because they wanted to test my IQ to see if I was dumb or if I was smart. And I remember vividly, and this was kind of a bit of a pivoting or turning point for me, but I remember vividly this guy doing these tests, and some of them were on timers, some were written, they were puzzles and problem solving and things like that. And I remember vividly this guy with his timer, and he'd be like, okay, here's a test and this is what you got to do, and he'd go start. And I'd solve it within a few seconds, and he'd hit stop, and he'd be like, he'd look at the timer and be like, he had this look on his face like, dude just did it in a world record. So if you're not doing well in school, don't let that discourage you. Don't let that lead you to believe that you can never be successful or you need higher education to be successful, to be an entrepreneur. In fact, most entrepreneurs that I know personally, and birds of a feather flock together, so I tend to attract like-minded people in that sense. So most guys that I know struggled in school, had problems. I know guys that have been in jail that are uber successful entrepreneurs. Richard Branson's been in jail and he's very successful. There's a really great video that I'll share in the comments of this one that I did on my other channel on Total Debt Freedom, where I did a 0 to hero playlist. And there was a guy that I talked to by the name of Dan Martell. And this guy's story is like he hit rock bottom and he's been up ever since. Long story short, basically he had been in jail and he had gotten out and he ended up in a police chase and he had a gun in the car. Had an accident with a car, crashed into somebody's garage, took the gun, pulled it on himself because he knew he didn't want to go to jail, and it didn't go off, it misfired. Cops grabbed him, threw him on the ground, went back to jail, went through all kinds of treatment, but he figured his shit out. The point being in this story, check it out, you got to watch the whole video just to really understand, where this guy's been. The point being is, how do you educate yourself for entrepreneurship? How do you educate yourself to prepare to be a startup business owner? And my answer to that is you don't. You do what works for you. For some people, they might be academic and the school system might work. They might want to go to university and sit around and listen to a lecturer tell them what to do all day while they write notes. That would never work for me. I would be a total failure. I went to community college for 2 years after high school, and I just thought to myself, what am I doing here? I'm not learning anything. It was really a colossal waste of 2 years of my time. That works for some people. Me, it didn't. So what I'd encourage you to do is do what works for you. One of the best ways that I've learned how to pick up best tips, how to educate myself in entrepreneurship is really by experience, really by following what others have done. So I've read biographies. Richard Branson's Losing My Virginity is phenomenal. You should check that one out. It's got some awesome tips in it. Donald Trump's got some great books on how to make money and how to deal with people and negotiate, which is a very valuable skill and tool that you do need in business. Another great book is The Everything Store. It's basically the story of Amazon and Jeff Bezos. I believe Brad Stone is the author. I got the audiobook. It's a little bit long, but it goes through everything on how he built one of the biggest online retailers in the world. This guy is worth $20 billion. Success leaves clues. My suggestion to you, Mr. Witten, is definitely look to those that have been successful and then try to replicate what they've done. Video channels on YouTube, for example, like this, valuable tool. There's tons of great entrepreneurs out there that like sharing their stories and give valuable experience. You notice whenever I do a video, it's almost always speaking from my own personal experience, which is something that I learned from Entrepreneurs.org, or it's the experience of others that I know close in my tight circle that have shared stories with me that I'm giving to you. Stay away from, get rich quick schemes like download my 73 steps here and I'll show you how to do this, or buy my book and I'll show you how to be rich. Follow those that are successful, that are doing it. Those that can do, those that can't teach. You'll see a lot of people that are trying to sell courses and get rich quick schemes. Try to stay away from those and follow those that have been successful. Like I said, success leaves clues. Hope this video helps you out. Guys, if you know somebody that might find benefit in this video or did struggle in school with education and might be looking at starting up a business or might benefit from this, share the video with them. I hope they get something out of it. Give it a thumbs up. It really helps these sorts of videos show up in the YouTube indexes. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. Stay tuned. Got some more awesome stuff coming up. In fact, this weekend I did a shoot with Matt, my camera dude, and we were out shooting this guy that builds custom hot rods in his garage. So we'll be editing that and putting that out. He's more of a solopreneur that's built well over 100 custom hot rods out of his garage. So hopefully we'll be able to show you that in the next month or so. Talk to you guys later. Peace.